Alright, so I just filmed a mini haul video, so check that out. And this one is gonna be an vlog, basically, or another update. I know I filmed an update, which will be up probably a lot before this one. It will be probably that vlog, an update video, actually, and then the haul video, and then probably this one. But yeah, so I did film this whole thing beforehand, before it happened, and I really just looked sick. So I was like, I could just put this up right now, but I was just like, I don't think I should, because I was just like all over the place. Like my story was like being cut everywhere. I'll probably be like that right now, but yeah. Well, anyways, so what happened was today is Sunday, and what's the actual date? Today's the 18th. Yes, today's October 18th. So I had another car accident. Can you believe me? Like another car accident on Wednesday. So Wednesday was the 14th. So it's been a few days since I had another car accident. It's actually my first car accident. I know I was in a car accident 2 years ago that I told you guys about and haven't keep being treated for. But this time I was the one driving. So it's a whole new story. And so basically what happened was we were on the highway, my mom and I, coming from Atlanta to home, and so I saw the traffic form in front of me, but I was like way behind, up on a hill. So I was coming down and I was like braking. I was driving my Nissan Armada, my huge tank, my Charming, that's my name for my car. And yes, but I did brake. No accident there, and I had like this much space, enough space with the car in front of me. But as soon as I brake, like 5 seconds later, someone hits me. And then I don't know what happened, but I think I felt that she hit me twice. So I thought maybe someone hit her and then someone hit her, or hit me again, or hit her that hit me, because I know that the traffic all of a sudden formed all the way in the front before us, for all these cars already like started coming to that traffic. And but it was just her. She was young. I don't know what she was doing, but there was obviously cars in front, and at first I thought it was just gonna be like a bumper, but so she hit me, and I think she hit me on the side as well. I don't know if it's because her airbags blew and she couldn't see and she tried to turn, but we were all the way in the first lane, so yeah, and then so I saw her car. So my car was right here, and on the first lane, and her car was like this, or wait. Was it like this? Yeah, it was like this. Like a V, like this. My car right here, and her car right here. A little bit behind, but right almost close to my door. So I couldn't open my door because there was only like a little bit of space between us. So yeah, and then I see her, I look at her and see that she's okay. I think she was already out of the car when I looked at her, and I saw her on the phone, so I was like, maybe she's calling 911. So I was like, well, let me call my dad first, because he knows what to do more than I do, and he keeps me calm during these type of situations. So I call him, and I was like, and my mom's like freaking out, because first of all, our previous case hasn't settled yet. Second, we were still getting treated, and she's still going through like surgery room to get shots for her disc and her back area, which she needs a driver for, and that's why they do it at the surgery center. It's really quick. The waiting is like 2 hours, but like getting the shot is like 5 minutes. But she said this one that she's recently doing, it's not the steroid one, it was like something else that's around her vertebrae, I think, or something. I don't know. They're trying to figure out what's the main problem of her back pains, and which is probably affecting her legs and feet and everything as well. So she's still going through that. So she's like crying out hysterically, and I'm just like focused on what I need to do first before I try to calm her down. So I call my dad. My mom's screaming and crying on the side. I'm like, we've been just in a car accident because my dad was already on his way home or something. So we call him first, and then I'm like, we got into a car accident. Someone hit us from behind. It's not our fault. I think mom is hurt. I know for sure I hit my leg on the dashboard hard. We're starting to hurt a lot while I'm talking to you. So yeah, we were hurting. So I'm like calling on my dad, and he's like, okay, well, and then I was like, well, let me see if someone call 911 and see what the police officer says when they get here, and I'll call you back, okay? I just wanted to quickly tell you that we were in a car accident. I'll call you right back. So I hang up and I pull my window down and ask her, have you called 911? And she's like, I'm talking to my mom. And I was like, oh crap. So I'm like, okay, it's only been a few minutes since the car accident, so I call 911. Because obviously no one else called. It feels like before my first car accident, I know everyone was calling because they came out real quick. And anyways, people were getting out of the car to help us because it was a really bad front crash, and this time it was a fender bender. Rear-ended. Is that fender benders too? I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, I call 911, telling what happened, and there's a medical procedure question, so I'm telling her what's going on, and my mom's yelling at me, tell her that I took shots and I'm so much in pain, and I'm like telling whatever she's saying as well, and all that stuff. And yeah, so they get there, and I talk to the police, and then on and off. I couldn't get out of the car, so I couldn't even like take photos of my car and her car at that moment. I usually do. Tip 1, you need to take pictures. So I couldn't even get out of the car to do whatever I wanted to do. So the EMC comes first, and then he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, my mom's a lot in pain. What about you? I'm hurting places, and I know I hit my knee, and my mom and we have previous injuries, and we've been getting treatment, so we're probably gonna hurt, or we're hurting already. So he's okay. He's like, okay, and I was like, well, I don't think I can get out of the car, but I can't see how bad it is in the back and everything. And he's like, I don't think it's that bad, but let me take a look. And so the police officer and the EMC, and then I hear the sirens come more, and I see the fire truck come and stuff, and they're like checking my back, and they're all like, it looks okay. I think it's better for you to drive to the hospital where your mom will be at. Which hospital do you guys want to go? Or my mom's like telling me to tell them which hospital we want to go to, and we said the one near our house. There's the same name, but one closer, but we're like, well, we're going home anyways, and it's better for us to go there anyways, so let's just go there. So we go there, or my mom goes on the ambulance to go there. So I don't know what's happening with her at all after that. So I'm in my car, and yeah, so even the police officer, everyone's like telling me, you should just drive. If you can drive, just go, because you don't want to tow it. Obviously, if you feel like you want to go to the ER as soon as possible, then you should go, because first of all, it wasn't your fault, so the towing should not be costing you stuff. So that's what I know. But if you're hurt, you should need to go and just tow your car. I feel like I should have kind of done that, because I just believed them and didn't know what bad of a state the car was in. Because yeah, so anyway, so they tell us to move to the other side of the road, which is better, because it won't be blocking the traffic as much as this first lane that actually people drive on. So we go to the grass area. They block off all the lanes. Like there's like 4 lanes, so they block all 4 of them off with the fire truck, so both our cars could go. I don't know if she drove or they had to push her car to the side. I don't know, but I drive my car to the side. And then I'm still in my car, and I'm just like, and then I call back and forth in between all this happening to my dad and stuff, and get to the lane. I'm more calm now, because I'm just waiting for the police officer to give me back or give me more directions of what to do next. He had my license, and then he came back for the insurance card as well. So yeah, and then so I'm calling my dad, and my dad's like, well, try to get out of, are you on the side of the road now? Try to see if you can get out of the car and then take pictures. So I take pictures, and I see something leaking from her car, so I just tell her, I don't know if she notices. So she's in her car as well, so I tell her, like, pointing at her car, and then so she's like, what's wrong and whatever. But yeah, so when I was trying to get out of my side, the door was like, it seemed okay because I had the door open. But then after talking to her for a little bit and then getting back into the car, I tried to close the door, and it was weird. It was like jammed, and like kind of like you close the door and you have to kind of push it so it fits, you know? And yeah, so, and then while I'm waiting, oh no, and then the police officer comes and then gives me my insurance card and everything back, and he's like, this is the claim or police report number, and then I was like, well, can I have your name, and do you have a card? And he said, no, I don't, but I can write you my name and badge number, and he did. And then he's like, you're good to go. And the girl's probably doing other stuff. I don't know about her car. Her car, it doesn't look as bad as it sounds. So it was bad impact, but hers was an SUV too. I think if it was a sedan, it would be more damage, but it wasn't that bad. The hood was a little bit off, and I don't know. It looked like it was gonna be like really bad, but it wasn't that bad. Do you understand what I'm saying? But anyways, so yeah, that's what happened. And then, so I call my dad, and I was like, well, the police officer said I could go now, so I'll meet you at the hospital, and I'll probably check in with my mom. To get everything checked for myself, because I know everything's hurting. And he said, okay, but send me the pictures before you start driving. And I was like, okay. So I sent him all these pictures, and then when I got to the hospital, well, before I got to the hospital, the car sounded kind of a little bit weird, but I was kind of like focused on like getting there safely this time. So I was like, just like concentrating. Everywhere it's hurting, but I had to like concentrate. But I could hear the brake sound or something's off, and then I see lights blinking on my light speedometer. Is that what you call it? It's what, that front area of your steering wheel. And yeah, so I get to the ER, and then I'm like, my mom and I just got into a car accident. My mom got in the ambulance and got here. And they're like, oh, you're gonna check in yourself? And I was like, I probably will, because everything's hurting, but let me go check up on my mom first. So they let me in. I go see my mom, and my dad's there, and they're talking to this lady, that works at the hospital. But she's not like a nurse, and she's like more like the paperwork kind of person. So yeah, I talk to them for a little bit, and my dad's like, well, let me go see the car or get something out of the car. I don't know. So I was like, okay, let's go. And he's like, keeps talking to that lady, and I'm like starting to feel more nauseous and stuff, like gaggy and stuff, and tell my dad I need to, like, I feel like throwing up, so let's hurry up and let's go. And he's like, oh, she needs to, like, she feels nauseous, or yeah, she feels like throwing up, and like, you feel nauseous, what's wrong? And then I was like, I feel nauseous, and I like start to like actually gag. So she's like going to another room trying to get something out from me, and she does, and then I like end up just a little bit. We haven't eaten dinner or anything, so nothing big came out, but just a little bit. So this is pretty much like the same routine as last time, except for I did get in the ambulance last time and didn't even have time to give the police my insurance card, because first of all, I couldn't even go back to my car last time, because my door was jammed and it was chaotic. So I did talk to the police, and the police near my hometown, because that's where the first accident was, like actually like ask for a full-on story. This time, like no one really asked for the full story. I think he more talked to the girl that hit me, and I was like, and I even asked like, I need to take pictures, but I can't get out of my car right now. And he was like, I don't. But should I take pictures later, or what should I do? And he was like, honestly, like it doesn't look that bad, first of all, and second, she admitted that she hit you guys, so she's at fault anyways. So there's really nothing you need to do, but you can take pictures if you like to. So okay, I was like, okay, but I did end up taking pictures, right? So yeah, so that's what happened, and then I checked in, but honestly, ER doesn't do anything unless you're bleeding and something broke or you're unconscious. Like if you're wide awake and can explain all your pain, I don't even think they know everything, because I just got my neck x-ray. My mom, I don't know what she did because I wasn't with her, but yeah, so just, but you should tell them everything that hurts so they can note it, just in case of what kind of accident you were, they note it. I tried to explain myself. I know it's a little bit chaotic because you just got into car wreck and stuff. And oh yeah, by the way, another note, don't say accident if it's not your fault. You say car wreck, because apparently accident is like, has a definition of having no, it's like no one's at fault, and wreck is more like it just it's wrecked basically. So especially if it's not your fault, if you're going to court, don't say accident, try to say wreck. Car wreck. That's what I heard from a lawyer, and yeah, it's a nice tip, right? So that's another tip. But yeah, so that's what happened. It's been, it sucks because I was getting treated already for my neck and back and my knees and ankles. But now I have to probably go, I'm going to go see my surgeon, my orthopedic surgeon that did my shoulder surgery, because it's hurt. So your pain, even the doctors knows this, everyone knows this. When a car accident happens, you're not hurting at that moment. Your pain can even come like 2 months to like 2 years later. Like, so you if you're covered by insurance, you should go to a doctor, get at least some x-rays or something. I don't know, but yeah, you should do that, because I know for us, because it was really bad accidents, they did at least take an x-ray. But my mom especially knows, this is her like 8th car accident, and all of the 8 times she basically was never at fault. Someone came to and hit her like in the back, in the front, like last time with us. But yeah, so that's what happened. Yeah, so another tip, get everything checked, because the pain gets worse. Trust me, the pain gets worse. And honestly, especially for the first one, I probably said this in one of my videos, of my update videos of my 2 years ago or whatever, and all of the doctors were like, oh, you're young, just do physical therapy. I did it for like months of physical therapy, and I was like, don't know where this case is going, first of all, because we had a sucky attorney at first, and I don't have time. I'm taking classes. I'm not done with school yet, so driving 30 minutes to go to physical therapy and then driving back, that's like 3 hours on the road or outside from, like, yeah. So it was just like chaotic then. But I mean, you have to do what you gotta do. So I'm getting everything checked again. I mean, I already had doctor's appointments like made for my neck and back, and I was supposed to be getting physical therapy for my knees and ankles. My knees and ankles and hip, because they're all connected. And I was supposed to get also neck and back as well. But while I was doing that, I got into this other accident, so I have to do like everything over. Right now, everything hurts, but I'm really worried about my surgery that I did, because it was recent, and the doctor was like, yeah, you could do exercise, and you can do yoga, you could do whatever, you could play football if you want, whatever. But if you because what they did is pretty strong on there, so nothing bad should be wrong. But unless you're in another big car accident, I'm like, oh, I am not gonna be on a car accident. But what happens? I get into a car accident. But I mean, I'm lucky that it was not my fault and I had to pay for everything. But at the same time, who wants to get into a car wreck, you know? So treatment starts again. Alright, this is like my pretend happy face right now. So yeah, I know this video is really long, but kind of wanted to let you guys know what happened. So if you're going through the same thing, leave comments below and we can, you know, talk about this, you know. Talk about what your experiences are. Let me know what your experiences are. What kind of attorneys have you met that were crazy, that didn't help you out, or that were really, really helpful? What kind of car wrecks or accidents have you gone through? Was it your fault? If it was your fault, like, what happens? You know, because, you know, I want to know, and we can all share about this experience, you know. And I know it's not a bad experience that you want to kind of talk about, but it is something that happens every day. So yeah, so I'll see you guys later.